Travis went Goodsell. Up early in the morning, was able to go for a run because everywhere but in front of the stake center, they had the snow cleaned away from the sidewalk. It's unbelievable, the incompetence and hatred of the church. So, John Dehlin did not respond. And I imagine he's going to go in hiding now. So, yeah, he doesn't want to confront the fact that he's leading you guys astray. Oh, man. Okay. So, in 11 hours, 52 views are being shown as watching that John Dehlin rejects doing a podcast with me. Oh, USA. So let me. More people are interested that he rejected me than asking me. You guys are crazy. All right. So I'm gonna go over why psychology is afraid of science and why they won't get involved in debate. They've successfully fooled the governments of the various states and the nation to give them authority in business and in the courts. But this is all fraud. And this is why I'm concerned about John Dehlin, as I also told him in the email response yesterday about him rejecting me, is that when you allow the lie, even if it's negative against the church, you're strengthening the church. And this is how. When you get Mormons attacked for their religion, Mormons aren't concerned about whether or not the attacks are true, because Mormons feel threatened now, and those threats need a defensive response. And because the church doesn't step up and defend the church members, members are left to themselves, and so they wait for the prophets to come out and say something. Well, I'll just wait for the prophet on the matter, and so please let me worship how, where, and what I may. Doesn't work that way, but that's how the natural man functions. And so Mormons get solidified in their false thinking despite the attacks that are based in truth even. But it doesn't help when the attacks are based on lies. And so what John Dehlin is doing is throwing some truth mixed with some lies to attack Mormons and Mormonism and the church. And Mormons are just hunkering down, bunkering down, whatever it's called, to harden their walls around their hearts and their minds. And so, you've heard of me talk about dichotomous and non-dichotomous categorizations. This was Stanley Smith Stevens who created this system. He got it from science, because there are dichotomous and non-dichotomous categorizations in science, but Stanley Smith Stevens took that science classification system and applied it to psychology. Oops. That was a weapon of war, and I'll go over why. Science. They look for cause, or causality as it's also called. They observe the appearances, but they look for the cause. And in the pursuit of identifying a cause, they're able to attach a math number to it. You know, like the law of gravity is the causation, and they can attach a number, math number, to the gravitational force. And so force equals mass times acceleration. You can figure out the gravitation pull based on that formula. And in so doing, you can develop the math formula, or with just the cause, you can develop a theory test. You can do both. Math supports the theory. And so a conspiracy theory is a legitimate thing. And that's how science works. And so the cause becomes the classification for non-dichotomous and dichotomous. However, psychology, they don't use that same process. They use the same categorization, thanks to the Mormon Stanley Smith Stevens from, was it Ogden? I think it was, or I don't think it was Orem. He eventually moved to Colorado, where he spent the rest of his days, and died in Colorado. But psychology doesn't look for a cause. They observe the outward appearance. You know about how clients or victims go to a psychologist's office or a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists are the ones who even put you on psychotropic drugs. This is how dangerous psychology is. And you lie on a couch and you spill your feelings and you go, woo-saw. If you saw Bad Boys 2. Oh, Papi. That means daddy, right? I had a dream of my daughter Emma. She was grown up last night. Yeah, I introduced her to both Willie Nelson and a wife. Huh. Strange. Okay, well, anyway. And so psychologists, they sit people down, they share their feelings, they cry, and so that outward appearance is then categorized as dichotomous categorization, and then if they fall into the, well, you're crazy, they then put you into the non-dichotomous categorization of which type of crazy you are. There is no causal identification, which is essential, because you can't give drugs to people if you haven't identified a cause. What you're doing is just treating people and never curing. This is the danger. This is what Bull, in last Monday's episode, discussed. Is that it's a fraud to be treating people and never curing. Psychology is a fraud. Criminal fraud. This is John Dehlin's career. This is why I'm concerned about his podcast. It's great that he has Mormons tell about the reasons why they left Mormonism, but he's not teaching truth about the church, exposing the lies. They know that the church is lying, but they're not identifying the cause of the lie. They're not identifying the truth of the lies of the church. He has no intention of doing so. He only wants the surface appearance oh, the church is mean to blacks and gays and poor and women, and etc., etc., etc. Yeah, well, they're white supremacist. That's the cause. But they never say it. But then, what is the truth about Smiths, the Smith family? I need to write that down before I forget. I want to do the tragic tale of Joseph Fielding Smith Sr. Tragedy of Joseph F. Smith Sr. Because he was literally groomed by Heber C. Kimball. And he was put into the Apostolic 12 of Brigham Young because he had been showing that he had been groomed properly. Tragic tale. So, with psychology, because there's no cause, there's no math number. You can't attach a math number to a feeling. That's why feelings are irrelevant. And yet, psychologists try to say, oh, we need to affirm your feelings. We need to validate your feelings. No, we don't. We need to acknowledge you're having feelings, but we need to identify the cause. Without a cause, we can't help you. And thus, there's no theory development. And instead, you get what we got with the Me Too movement. A whole bunch of accusations thrown around. A lot of feelings, a lot of accusations, and the bullies took advantage of it as they themselves joined in. Me too, I'm a victim. No, you're not. You've made a false accusation now. You've ruined somebody's life with a false accusation. You are being played, psychologically manipulated. This is the danger of psychology. Because original psychology of Aristotle and Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, morons, according to Vicini. They utilized logic. Psychology uses fallacy. They're not looking for a cause. So they're not sound in their arguments. They're not sound in their diagnoses. They're not sound in their treatments and their justification for treatment. They judge someone from the outward appearance, which in, is it John or in the books of John? Says, do not judge by the outward appearance. It's mistranslated, but we get the idea. And as a result, they just accuse people. You're mentally ill. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You're angry. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Your saying I'm angry is making me angry. Bad Boys 2. She's accusing him of being angry. She had no cause for it. She was just accusing him. Nobody would listen to him. As Will Smith is woo-sawing with Poppy. Well, with the woman who calls him Poppy. And so, yeah, this is the danger and why John Dehlin is afraid of me. When I put in there that my education was philosophy of science, yeah. And so what did he respond with the first time around? Didn't you do a video calling me a cult leader? See, he tried to turn it back onto me, to accuse me of wrongfully calling him a cult leader. No, I'm right. He confirmed it. So if you watch Young Sheldon this past week also, and Young Sheldon is all about science. And he's now attending college as an 11-year-old. If you've seen The Big Bang Theory, that's Sheldon. I haven't seen The Big Bang Theory, really. I just know that there's one hot chick who's really dumb and hangs out with these geeky, scholarly guys. And so, yeah, I have it on my Amazon list that maybe I'll get it when I get the $1,400 some year. But until then, the episode this past week involved him taking a philosophy class. And the philosophy teacher is trying to deny science. She's given a bad name to philosophy. The original philosophers, Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, they all were sound in their philosophies. That's the difference between true, real philosophy and this fake crap that had emerged along with psychology. As they were trying to get people to deny science. Oh, we're not real. And if Sheldon could realize this, he could throw it right back in her face that you need to be sound. You have to be able to identify a cause and potentially identify a math number for the standard measurement and for math formula and for theory testing to confirm or deny if your theory is correct, whether you need to come up with something else, rather than just go out and accuse, which is what the philosophy teacher was doing to Sheldon. And Sheldon was confronted with conflict. Oh no, what do I do? She's telling me I don't exist, I'm a butterfly. As Missy swats him in the dream. Missy is the rock of the show, and the mother. But yeah, it's awesome. If I had known this was the cause of the Big Bang Theory, I may have paid attention to the Big Bang Theory. So I hope that helps you guys understand in explaining why psychology is so evil and corrupted. Oh, well, we've got a new guy coming in trying to comment. Joseph Walker, 5 hours ago, so at 1 in the morning, he responded on 2 separate videos, and one of which was the John Dehlin rejecting me. The first one was King David Armageddon 1, Mowerman Man Like Moses Armageddon 2. So that's interesting. We'll have to see if he's conforming to the rules of my channel. I don't allow anarchy and accusation. I require soundness. Okay, so he says God comes, or I should probably start with he's repeating the same comment. Except for the second one, he puts some weird acronym code. I'm not sure what that means. So yeah, already from the appearance, he needs to be deleted, but I need to identify a cause, so I actually need to read before I just delete from an outward appearance. And then come up with a math number to justify the deletion. It says, God comes by the truth of your heart in your crown corona. No, don't come onto my channel spewing your doctrinal beliefs. This will get you banned. This is my channel for my messaging. You have your own channel. You do your own videos for your own messaging. Leave people alone. And so, we are the Word of God, the actions outside. Welcome to the nation. Galactic realm. Oh my God. Yeah. The last shall be the first, and the first shall be the last, by Joseph Darrell Walker. If you know the Bible, then you will know everything. Oh dear God. I try to announce it, the more I am shut down. What? Multiverse? Oh dear God. Psycho. See, that's how you do it soundly. He has belief systems that are not sound. Because they're not sound, I cannot identify a cause. I cannot attach a math number. I cannot develop a theory behind his claims here. I cannot find out if he's telling me the truth. I have no choice but to deny his comment. He is spreading lies. You see how this works? So, thank you, Joseph, for helping me with my, what's it called in teaching? I can't remember. It's where you use a teaching example to help with the message of the lesson. I can't think of it offhand. Yeah, I don't want him coming back, so I'm not just going to delete, I'm going to ban him from my channel. Multiverse. The sci-fi claim of a multiverse, parallel universes, can never be tested. Oh, but Star Trek did it. It doesn't matter. It's a fiction show. It's not real. So what the hell are you doing? Believing in it. Okay, so my views went up by 300. 11.5K for the past week. Lost Scriptures. What the hell, guys? Why all of a sudden the burst in Lost Scriptures? And then Mitt Romney's fight with Porter. And then John Dehlin rejecting. Huh. So that's the past 48 hours. So the past 28 days, we have the breaking LDS news. Nelson changed the temple text a second time. He was pissed. In the rejection email that I read to you, I put that in there. But it's dropped below 1,000 for the past 28 days. List and order of all LDS Mormon Church Latter-day Signs in Heavens. That's second. The Lost Scripture, third. My hell. The second Esdras, Latter-day Mormon Eagle Lion thing. That's fourth. That took a little time, because I did that back on October 13th. And so, yeah, as of January, it started to pick up and get attention. The Latter-day Exodus has begun. That was just a quick couple-minute video. That's fifth. John Dehlin gives me the middle finger. Sixth. LDS Mormon Handbook, Sex Scandal, Who's Your Daddy? I don't understand this one. This was back in last year. Almost to the week, or to the day. It was on the 21st of February I did this. And then all of a sudden, a website comes up, Who's Your Daddy? And it's got CGI babies babies on the screen in diapers crawling around. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Because they're transferring people to my site, to that video. I don't understand. So, yay, great, but well, the Ugly Truth of Mormonism list of LDS church crimes. That's number 8. Senator Mike Lee Spasm. That's 9th still. And then my exclusive bombshells about the LDS church, which was going over how the church was trying to assassinate me. That's number 10. So let's do for the last week, last 7 days. And we have a much different outcome here. Alright, so Lost Scriptures is the number 1 video for the week, 375. Mike Lee's Spasm at number 2 with 146. The Second Temple Change, 116. Mitt Romney's Fight, 98. Second Esdras, 93. LDS Church Trap for Ex-Mormons. Yeah, that's also what John Dehlin may have been referring to. 63, and I went over it with psychology today, compared with science, real science. Ex-Mormon grooming scandal, again, going over psychology, not just from the church grooming, but ex-Mormons being groomed by John Dehlin. 63. LDS Last Days Exodus has begun. 63. List and order. 62. LDS Church plot activated. Oh, 59. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, big difference for the week versus 28 days. I'm dreaming of a white noogie. So yeah, all of us slept in this morning, it looks like. Oh man, I got caught up on my sleep. That's what last night ended up being. The secret spirituality of Joseph Smith Sr. nobody cared about. Interesting. Or maybe people just went to bed early. But yeah, the typical 3 thumbs down. It's back up to 3 again, rather than 2. Occasionally it'll go up to 4, as there was at one point in time. Yeah. So, interesting. Alrighty. So I have the tragedy video to do for you. And also, last night as I was in bed, got the idea for a video about how the story of Samson in the book of Judges is about the 3 days of darkness, giving us the dates. Is there anybody interested, or have you guys all accepted our new normal of the New World Order? I hope that's not the case. You need to resist. You need to fight. Fight, fight, fight. As the GOP counselors did a montage of Democrats saying fight. And therefore, Trump must be acquitted. If the Democrats say fight, you must acquit. And they acquitted. Sure enough, that's now the new thing. It's no longer if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. It's now if the Democrats say you fight, you must acquit. We're so doomed.